Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome here to the midweek round of fixtures from La Liga, and of course, the title race now, it's getting extremely close. 5 games to go in La Liga. We need 6 points in total to guarantee ourselves once again of being La Liga champions, and if things go our way, we could even be champions of Spain once again by Wednesday of this week. All of that and more coming up. It's the match preview. Alaves against Barcelona, coming this Tuesday evening. Kickoff will be coming to us on Tuesday evening at 9:30 PM local time, and certainly it will not be an easy game here against Alaves, a team who are doing very, very well in La Liga this season. And here are the times, guys, right around the world from where you are, so you can get involved in this La Liga action. And your predictions, as always, confident, very, very confident here. I think we're expecting once again a decent team, a good selection from Valverde, and 3+ goals here predicted by you guys. And elsewhere in La Liga, the big game that we are going to be keeping an eye on, Atletico Madrid against Valencia at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. That's going to be the day after ours on the Wednesday evening. Atletico there coming up against Valencia, 2 very, very good sides. But if we now look at the La Liga table, and in particular the title race between Atletico and Barcelona, of course, we will now look at the permutations going into this game in the midweek. Now, a win against Alaves, that's really, really important. That's what we all want here. A win, 3 more points, and then, of course, all we would need is 3 more to guarantee ourselves a title win there in La Liga. But if we beat Alaves on Tuesday night, and then Valencia can go to Atletico and win, if they beat Atletico at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, then we will be La Liga champions. If we beat Alaves and Atletico lose, it is ours. We are officially La Liga champions. If Atletico win though, and we win against Alaves, we will need 1 more win from our remaining 4 games, which certainly shouldn't be any problem at all. And so if we can win here against Alaves, the title is all but in the bag, and that, of course, is definitely the aim. But if we first of all focus on our opponents, Alaves, for this game, they are currently coming into this game in 8th position in La Liga, and they have really fallen away over the last few weeks after what was a truly sensational start of the season from them. They were even challenging there in the opening exchanges for the top of the table. They were absolutely incredible to start the season, but even so, it really has been a massively successful year right throughout the season for them under the former Barcelona player, their coach Abelardo, who's completely transformed the club really since his arrival as coach in 2017. And even now, they're still in European contention. They're still playing for European football next season. Coming into this game, they're level on points with Athletic in 7th place, which should be enough there for European football in La Liga next season. And they've certainly got something to play for, and you'll see that certainly in their performance tomorrow night. They're going to fight in front of their own fans, no doubt about that. And we are going to need to be at a pretty good level here to get past Alaves. But of course, just like the weekend's game against Real Sociedad, when we did go out with a strong team to get the 3 points, the result was, though we focused on the performance, wasn't really that great. It's exactly the same situation in this game, really. Valverde, his selection is going to be under scrutiny. He's going to play, I think, again, a pretty strong team to go all out in this game, get the 3 points, and then, I think then, if we beat Alaves, we are going to see big rotations on Saturday against Levante at the Camp Nou. And sports certainly are echoing that sort of theory. They say, basically, if we get the 3 points tomorrow, we're going to see Huesca-esque rotations when we rotated our full team against Huesca away from home. We're going to see that sort of thing against Levante on the weekend, ahead, of course, of that first leg game against Liverpool, which right now is all many of us can think about. And that will mean, basically, if we can win tomorrow, rest the players on the weekend, those guys who play tomorrow, the key players in our team, they're going to get 8 days rest prior to that first leg against Liverpool at the Camp Nou, which is absolutely massive. That's a lot of rest there for those players. I think we need it. Looking at some of the guys, looking at the performances of late, I think a lot of them do need that rest. They do need time to recuperate. You've got to remember, of course, that a lot of our squad is over the 30-year mark. They are certainly getting on in their career. They need as much rest as they can possibly get. That's why it's so important that tomorrow we get the job done, get another 3 points in the bag, move 1 step closer, and that in itself will be massive. And it was quite a long time ago, of course, that we did face Alaves in the reverse fixture of this one, simply because it was the opening day of the La Liga season, way back in August of last year. It was the opening game. Messi scored twice in the second half, along with Felipe Coutinho got the other goal in a 3-0 win to set us on our way in the current campaign for what we see ourselves now, so close on the La Liga title. But just on Felipe Coutinho, scored in that game, a nice goal it was, cutting in from the left-hand side on his right foot, scoring in front of the Camp Nou. now, and I just want to talk about him and his situation simply because when he came on against Real Sociedad, there was a bit of a mixed reception from the crowd at the Camp Nou. Initially, I thought actually Coutinho got a pretty good reception. He got a lot of cheers, he got a lot of applause, and I think certainly most of the Camp Nou was happy to see him come on and greeted him in a good manner against Sociedad. But it has to be said, there were a section of the crowd, there were a few people that booed him, that whistled him, and were not happy to see him come on against Sociedad on the weekend, and that was all following his celebration against Manchester United. The fingers in the ears, they were not happy with that when he scored against United. And all I say basically is that I think Coutinho, with his celebration, it's not really what you want to do. I don't think you saw Dembele do anything like that when he was getting criticised. He didn't really make a direct gesture towards the fans and the criticism that he was getting. Of course, he would have been unhappy, like Coutinho is, but at the same time, we don't really want to go down that road. But at the same time as that, guys, never ever is the right answer to that whistling your own player. We are not a club who whistles our players. We are not a club who gets on the back of our players. That's not what we need to do. Coutinho, whatever he's done, whatever he's said, whatever celebrations he pulls out, even if the fans don't like that, which some of them wouldn't have done, but at the same time, just say nothing. If you don't want to applaud him, don't applaud him, but don't whistle him. There's no need for that there. Coutinho, for me, he's got to do his talking on the pitch. He's got to come on, he's got to make an impact, he's got to continue scoring those kind of goals and delivering on the big stage. And of course, that game against Liverpool, his former team, that is going to be massive, massive for his Barcelona career. And just before we do move on to my lineup, guys, there is one more thing that I want to just bring you with regard to this game and the rest of the season in La Liga, and it's with regard to Messi and his goal scoring. Obviously, in La Liga so far this season, he has been head and shoulders above anyone else, as he always is, and he will remain the top goal scorer until the end of the season. There he has 12 goals, and of Karim Benzema there in second place. But I just want to bring you here the latest on the European Golden Shoe Award, which is awarded for the highest goal scorer in their league season right around Europe. Now, Messi has been at the top of that list right throughout the season so far, and he is, for me, still expected to finish there high on that list. But Kylian Mbappe, after his hat-trick yesterday, he has closed the gap there to just 3 goals. Liga 1 and La Liga are now treated exactly the same in the European Golden Shoe. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that's just the way that it is. Both players have 5 league games to go, but of course, you would say here, Messi has other things, bigger things to focus on, whereas PSG and Mbappe, all they've got is their league, which they've now wrapped up, as they always do, and they, of course, have no Champions League to focus on. And although we want Messi to win the individual awards, I would say on that front, a lot of people obviously stressing over it. We want Messi to win, of course we do, but at the same time, we do have bigger priorities. The team, the collective, Messi winning the treble, that, of course, would be way beyond any individual award. And if we move on now to Ernesto Valverde's possible selection coming into this game against Alaves, and like I say, I'm expecting a very strong team. Get the points here, then, against Levante on Saturday, right before that Liverpool game, then you can go and rotate. But right now, stick to the task in hand, get the points on the board. Ter Stegen in goal, Albert left back, Roberto here at right back with Gerard Piqué, and then for me, actually, I would play Samuel Umtiti. The reason for that is Longley has played so much football right throughout the season so far, and I would actually like to see Umtiti alongside Gerard Piqué. The reason for that is every time that we've seen Umtiti so far, now he's come back from this injury, he's been alongside Longley, somebody who he's not used to playing next to. He's been next to Todibo, again, somebody very unproven. I would like to see him playing alongside Piqué, somebody he's used to, as a partnership. They're very, very strong, and I think Umtiti certainly deserves a bit of game time there, providing, of course, that he is fit, but he was in the squad against Sociedad. Busquets here got a rest from the start against Sociedad, but did come off the bench to make an impact. Rakitic and Arthur in midfield there, very strong midfield to start the game, and then Coutinho from the left, Dembele from the right, and Lionel Messi here starting in that false 9 role. The reason for that is I think Luis Suarez, even if he got a rest on Saturday, I think he needs a bit more than that. Right now, he's looking jaded, he's looking leggy, he's looking like, maybe he's not in the best of form, the best of confidence. I think right now, in this kind of game, take him out the firing line. Give him a rest here. You can play Messi in false 9, Dembele from the right, Coutinho from the left. If you wanted to, you could play Coutinho in midfield, maybe in its sort of position here. You could have somebody like Malcolm. That would be a really, really nice thing to see Malcolm starting a game. He certainly deserves it. But with Valverde, I'm expecting more along the lines to Coutinho instead of Malcolm. But either way, I would rest Suarez here. I would give Longley a rest. But other than that here, it's a pretty strong team here that you'd expect to get the points. And that for me is massive. It's all about preparation. It's all about winning La Liga, but also preparing for that Liverpool game. And I think this team here, that would get the job done. And so it is time now for my match prediction coming into this game. And I'm going to go here with Barcelona 2, Alaves 0. I'm expecting it here to be a pretty tight game. Alaves are a very very good side, particularly at home on their day in front of their own fans. They will be out to prove a point. They are trying to get European football. It's not going to be easy here. But I think Barcelona, with a strong team, with a determined mindset, we want to get the points, and potentially we want to try and win the league on Wednesday if Atletico Madrid fail. And if not, we only need 3 more after this game to wrap up the title. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below, guys. What are you expecting Valverde to do in this game? What would you like to see? What do you think the result will be? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, tomorrow, I'll be back following the game for all of the reaction. Hopefully, we're one step closer. I'll see you then, guys. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.